So yeah, so close. But yeah, much harder to play this game well while you're doing other stuff. Character models are going to have to adhere to similar hitboxes. Yeah, absolutely. We can't have hitboxes that work differently. And Cody, I'm gonna play Elohim now. And yeah, they can't have different collision physics when we get to PvP, right? And I feel bad about playing Elo with his own deck, so I will play my deck and get crushed several times. That should be awesome. Hey Buckwheat, how you doing? I want to play as Othmir. Yeah, that would be hilarious. I wish they would put Hearthstone or some other mini game into WoW because you sit in town AFK. Yeah, well, remember they put, what was it, Peggle into WoW for a while? I think there was definitely like an argument to be made for this sort of thing, and it just, for whatever reason, didn't work out. Ashardis, of course. You know, happy to answer questions, happy to discuss stuff. Makes it a lot of fun. Yep, have a good night, Amusing. Used to have 4 ferrets. Oh, that's awesome. I really like ferrets except for the way that they smell. Every time I've hung out around ferrets, that has bugged me a little too much to want to deal with them. Let's see. Oh, that guy. So the premise of my deck is it's all about creating card advantage situations, and it really doesn't care about anything else. Like card advantage and mana efficiency are really all it's trying to do. Should be working on my contest entry, but watching Omi. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, and the Landmarks of Landmark contest is pretty awesome. Oh crap! This is not a great situation because he's gonna just eat. He's gonna eat my loot hoarder next turn. And yeah, I haven't played this deck in a while since they've since nerfed Nat Pagel. I'm sure Elohim is going, what the hell is this guy doing with this like weird deck? Yeah, Weeble, I'll definitely play you after I get done with this guy. Halfway through your wine. What are you drinking, Cody? I may have missed it. I think I asked once or twice. What are you guys what are you guys working on for your Landmarks of Landmark contest? Well, goodbye, Nat Pagel. We hardly knew you. Oof. Rough turn. But so my deck is slow, but I think it's going to start sort of grinding out some advantages. And it'll just be a question, because I think I've seen Elohim's deck. I think it'll just be a question of whether or not he gets like crazy good stuff. And if he doesn't, I feel pretty good that I can grind him out here. Hey Outcry, it's going pretty well. I'm just playing some Hearthstone against Elohim, and seeing how it goes. Getting too distracted, chatting with people, and then making mistakes, you know. So I guess it's okay. Let's see. Some options here. Yeah, let's do this. She'll get a little armor, but again, I get some advantage. And I'll get to drop my Voidwalker, so I get control of the board again. Hey Fedorov, how are you doing? For the contest, we just submit a template, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. Yeah, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to keep all the jewels and stuff in it, or sorry, materials in it. Rodney Strong Cabernet 2010. How is it? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we're playing on North America. Oh, at Hanging Gardens. That sounds cool. Alright. Working on a statue of Putin. Yes, a statue of Putin always has a chance. Still getting a lot of artifacting when pasting voxels. Well, you should definitely slash bug that just to make sure it's being looked at, but I assume that it is. Alright, well, this is going to go okay. Not the best thing that's ever happened in the world, but I am going to get this tremendous pain in the ass legendary off the table without too much pain. But yeah, you should definitely slash bug that Malator in case they don't know about it or in case something specific is happening with yours. But yeah, I mean, that kind of thing, like, anytime we notice stuff like that, we're gonna fix it. Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's rough, especially since I didn't draw anything good. Alright, what is the plan here? Play this guy, play this guy, do this and that, and unfortunately I'm getting card advantaged. I'm getting legendary advantaged a lot here. For all the card advantage that I've been able to make, I'm having to give it up to deal with, you know, these just monsters that he's got. Oh, super duper. If I beat you, do I win a lunar anklet? No, probably not. Cody has all the lunar anklets I had to give out, so if he has any more, then he's giving them out, but oh, this will work okay. Not the most optimal thing ever, but at least I didn't lose a card to the whatever that thing is called, Soulfire. No Wolf AKA, I'm playing Elohim. We're just doing constructed matches. When we get to sell our creations, we'll be able to group them as sets as well as individual pieces. Yeah, pretty much. You'll be able to sell like a large template, you know, that was like a whole castle or something like that. But you could also individually sell like this piece and that piece and that kind of thing. Oh, rough. Rough, man. Have a good night, pal. Am I going to be in Landmark tonight? Maybe. I just got it all patched up and don't have another trip for a little while, so maybe now is a good time. But yeah, I haven't done anything on my Omid account since the wipe, so I have nothing. Oh, do I have Jaraxxus? Yeah, I have Jaraxxus. Just not handy apparently, but but he is in this deck somewhere. Let's see, that's on 5. I'm playing really badly, like unbelievably badly. It's kind of a bummer actually. Oh, well that is a good card. Yeah, and I do have a Jaraxxus, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, hey, Sango. Nice of you to show up. A bit late. Yeah, no worries. Just hanging out, chatting. Had some technical difficulties trying to play Hearthstone with Elohim. Cody beat the crap out of me a couple times. And I know someone has asked about the goat story a couple times. Maybe Ara could tell the goat story in chat. But basically, when I was younger, I had a goat sacrificed in my honor. Which is one of those things that when you say, people immediately are like, well, now you have to tell that story. Yeah, Ara's been in here for a while. Actually, Ara and I hung out last night. Played some Cards Against Humanity, got some sushi, hung out in Ocean Beach in a sketchy bar with her husband and my wife. Yeah, Ara, Cody, Retina, Zaitsev, Elohim is here. Oh, this is no good. Let's see. He's at 12, 6, 7, 5 more I need to do to him. I don't have a good way to do that. So once again, I'm gonna have to figure something out. Oh, that's kind of cute. Let's see. I mean, this isn't the end of the world. Again, like, you know, he's playing really strong legendaries, and I've just had to sort of try to deal with them. Let's see. I don't want to go down to 7 because he could have another Gore Howl, and that would take me out. Hara's not hungover, but Amid looks rough. Yeah, part of that, Buckwheat, is that I'm just feeling a little sick from PAX still. And yeah, oh no. But definitely Mrs. Omid is feeling the pain the most. Yeah, this could get rough. Okay, that's okay. Well, now we get to play the game of coin flips. Let's see who... Oh, no, we don't. We get to just kill Elohim. Yes! Yeah, I'll play him one more time. Yeah, okay, let's see. Let's see what Ara is saying to people here. Yeah, Ara didn't drink very much at all, but that didn't make her any worse to be around. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, definitely had a peanut butter ale, or a peanut butter stout so in Ocean Beach, they like the marijuanas a lot. I mean, it's basically just the most pot-heavy area of San Diego, and San Diego's, you know, a fairly pot-heavy town anyway. But, so in OB, they have a lot of businesses that are that have marijuana-related puns in their names. So our favorite sushi place in OB is called The Joint. Get it? And they actually have this tremendously good roll called the joint roll. Get it? But yeah, so we love going there. They also have like a huge selection of craft beers, that sort of thing. It's a pretty great place. So we met there. They have a really nice happy hour. Have you ever had oatmeal cookie? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a kind of stout, right? Like a beer. Retina, yeah, I think there was actually one other person who wanted to play first, but yeah. Oh man, look at me getting lucky with Nat Pagel here. Alright, what do I do here? Kind of an annoying turn. Doesn't help that I made terrible decisions, but luckily Nat Pagel is gonna make up for that. Oh yeah, if it's not that oatmeal stout that I'm thinking of, then definitely send me the recipe, Buckwheat. Okay, Retina, if Weeble Stomper doesn't want to go next, then you're up. All right. Man, Elohim has some has some pretty serious gold cards. All right. Who in my career is the most famous person I've met? I've met a lot of famous people. Probably LeBron James would be one of the most famous people that I've met. Who else? Avi Arad, who used to own Marvel Comics and produced all of the Marvel movies. One of my favorite famous people that I know is the guy who is Dean Venture's voice on the Venture Brothers. He's also like Leonardo on the Ninja Turtles. He actually came to my wedding. Is a really cool dude, and he crashed a toy helicopter at my wedding. It's one of the stories that I tell when people buy a drink down below. But yeah, he's a good dude. Let's see here. I need a plan. I don't really have a plan, but but I'm just gonna keep doing stuff. Easter is on 4/20 this year. Mind blown. I didn't even notice that. That's hilarious. Double chocolate sales. Half Bailey's, half DeKuyper butter shots. Oh, that sounds horrifyingly sweet. Still owe the story of how I almost quit my job. Oh yeah, that's true. At when I was in Gazprom's offices. Yeah. So let me see. Let me play my turn here, and then I will tell that story. Let's see. So I'm wondering. I'm betting that it's this thing, right? The 2 damage. Nope. Random. Come on. Not him. Yes, him. Okay. That went pretty well. That could have been much worse. So let's see. And then I will drop this guy, and it's probably going to be pretty sad. Oh, well, and thank you, Smut Budgie, for that donation. I appreciate it. I did just finish off this scotch, so I think I'll grab some more. I went on a trip to Russia, actually to several countries, in 2008. Yeah, it was definitely 2008 because ended up at the Euro soccer semifinals, which was in Vienna, between Spain and Russia, because we were going with a bunch of Russians. On this trip were, if you're a hockey fan, a dude named Igor Larionov, who's actually a fairly famous Russian hockey player. Yeah, and so I'm drinking a Glenlivet 12, which is one of my favorite sort of baseline scotches. if you're just trying Scotch for the first time, it's the one that I recommend. It's also really, really easy to find, kind of everywhere, and pretty cheap. So it works out well for everyone. All right, Leroy Jenkins. Oh, that's cute. That's super cute. Let's see, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I'm not dead. So he's probably dead. We'll see how it shakes out here. I'm not going to think too much about it. Let him just do whatever he wants to do here. But yeah, so I was on this crazy trip to Russia. Well, very, very aggressive, buddy. So let's see. Let me see what my strategy is, because it probably involves playing Hellfire. Though maybe not. Nice Hellfire will really clear out that board, but leave me really vulnerable to whatever other crap he's got. I think I've got to play it conservative here. I think I will play Jaraxxus. Let's see how it goes. And it's going to be interesting from here. Yeah, only sort of half paying attention because I do want to tell this story. I've owed Paradox Moose this story for a little while. Yes, I would love to talk to Kilton Moose about Scotch. But yeah, so I'm on this trip with Igor Larionov, who's a fairly famous hockey player, and this crazy billionaire I was working for. And the goal is we're talking to the COO of Gazprom because he's just bought a hockey team in Russia. And oh crap, yeah, that's unfortunate that it still says I'm playing Triple Town. And yeah, give me 1 second to change that. And let's see here. What is the right play? Oh man, that's annoying. Who knows what that card is? I guess I'll only find out. Good to know. Alright. So. So I guess we'll see how it goes. And then maybe I just got it updated. Yeah. Fairly famous hockey player. Never traveled to Detroit. Yeah, I mean, he's like the Russian Wayne Gretzky, right? I didn't know who he was at the time, which was super, super awkward. And then his name sounded really familiar, and I was told that he was a famous hockey player. And I was like, I don't know. And then I remembered him in the most awkward possible way that you can imagine. All right, I won again. Which was that I remember Igor Larionov from like NHL 94 on Sega Genesis, because I love that game. And so Ella, I think I gotta play somebody else. But yeah, we definitely gotta play some more, man. All right, Retina Burn, where are you at? Sorry, I don't know your name in here. If Omid beats me, I'll give away a 7-day beta key. Damn, pressure's on. But yeah, that team was insane, right? But Igor Larionov is actually the thing that was really coolest to me about him was he was the guy who convinced the Soviets to let the Russian players come to the U.S. And play. Like before him, it just wasn't allowed. Lumpy is okay, perfect. All right, so I'll play Ella's lock deck here, but Igor Larionov was sort of the guy who like convinced the Russians to let people come over, but it took years and years. So like he was sort of past his prime when he got over. But you know that next wave of Russian players like Sergei Fedorov and all those folks, it was because of Larionov. And so Larionov was, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure you guys are much bigger hockey fans than me. He was like a little bit past his prime, and he was mostly like the second string center on that team, right? Because they had what was his name? I'm gonna say it wrong because I only remember it from NHL. Steve Yzerman, you know, in the middle there for them. But yeah, so Igor Larionov was actually, he was a really cool dude. But so we were going to meet the COO of Gazprom to, you know, talk to him because this crazy billionaire I was working for wanted to, you know, sell hockey cards or get the rights to sell hockey cards. And the way that we did this, or the way that he was convinced that we were going to do this was, so if you guys know the painting, the EverQuest Next painting by Gabor Székely, the new one, it's like the Keith Parkinson art. The first time that I met Gabor was in Vienna on this trip because the crazy billionaire had thought that the best way to convince this guy to give him the rights to the hockey team was by like helping him design his mascot. So he brought Gabor and Gabor's artistic partner, this guy named Zoltan, to be those guys, to design, you know, to basically just design the mascot. So we're sitting in the Gazprom CEO, one of his two boardrooms, because, you know, he's like such a big deal that he's running two meetings at the same time. And, you know, the owner of, you know, this billionaire dude that I'm working for is so freaking crazy, and the meeting isn't going that well, and, you know, all the stuff that we're here to do is just not going to happen because all the soccer games that are happening in Vienna. So he comes over to me at, you know, halfway through this terrible meeting. It's like, hey, we're just going to send you home. We're just going to send you home tomorrow because we're not going to get any of those meetings. Yeah, Zoltan was the name of the fortune teller in Big. It's also a very, very common Hungarian name. It's like, we're just going to send you home tomorrow because we didn't get any of the meetings. And we had already been on this like insane trip on a private jet where we flew to Ireland for like an hour to fire somebody, and, you know, he yelled at me in Amsterdam because I ordered foie gras, like all this like crazy stuff. And I was so like pissed by the time, you know, by the time that he says this, that, you know, we're just going to send you home tomorrow. And I was like, all right, dude, if you send me home tomorrow, I won't be at work. Or I asked him why. I was like, why would you send me home tomorrow? He's like, well, so that you can be at work on Friday. And I said, dude, if you send me home tomorrow, I am not going to be at work on Friday. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, I will quit right now because, you know, this is absurd. And so it looks like Retina Burn owes you guys a beta key. But, you know, and so he backed off on that, which worked out really well for me because then I got to go to that soccer game that I really wanted to go to. Skyla, yes, this is the foie gras person. I've really got to start writing down all these stories, because yeah, and so that game went pretty well. Uh, yeah, I really need to write down all these stories because, like, right now, sort of at underneath my stream, I have like 4 or 5 stories that I'll tell for people who buy me a drink. I actually have like hundreds of just completely insane stories. Dealing with like really like unusual people. Like I've met another fairly famous person that I've met is Hayao Miyazaki. The anime god. I met him in fairly random circumstances. Completely randomly spent a day in Tokyo with Bruce Timm, who is the guy who created Batman the Animated Series, and that was like really fun. So, just all this like weird stuff that I don't know how any of it ever happened to me, but it all did. And like Skylar was saying, right? Like, oh, that's the foie gras guy. Another story that I told because this guy yelled at me for ordering foie gras at dinner in Amsterdam. All right, what do I do here? So the deck that I'm playing, it's actually a deck that Elohim gave me. It's, I think, a very, very, very well-tuned version of just the hyper-aggressive Warlock deck. The curve is just beautiful. But really, all you're trying to do is just pile so much damage down onto this person that they never have a chance to recover. And it works really well. Like, here's just an example. Like, every turn that goes by, he's just getting sort of further and further behind. And it's like really, really difficult once you start getting behind in this game, unless you've got some way to even it out real quick. Hey Jiminy, how you doing? Killed my dog, dude. That's not cool. I seen a Learjet once. Yeah, so the story of this dinner, we were in Amsterdam at this like fairly, it's a very nice restaurant in Amsterdam. And I'm like, I don't know, 24 or something like that. And they have foie gras on the menu. And I had never had it before. News, I'm playing on the US server. Never had it before. Didn't, I kind of knew what it was, but not really. Alright, do some math here real quick. Yeah. Oh man, I'm an idiot. Well, that was good. That's some good math. Way to go. See, I was gonna play that and then the Doom Guard, but I don't have enough mana to do that, so I just basically wasted that guy. Bummer. I'll probably still win, but that's annoying. Yeah, so we're at dinner. They have foie gras on the menu, and I knew what it was, but I never had it. So I was like, well, I know it's kind of horrible, but I do really want to try it. Like, it's one of those things, right? Like, you definitely want to try it one time, and just, even though it's kind of terrible what they do. So I order the foie gras, and he's sitting across the table from me, and he says, "Did you just order the foie gras?" And I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Do you know what that is?" It's like, "Yes, I know what food I just ordered." And he's like, "Well, you're going to have to pay for that. It's horrible what they do to those animals, and, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, oh my God, it's just like a $50 plate of food that I just ordered. Like, I was like, oh God, I don't want to pay for this. And, talking to him, and he's like, oh, it's just terrible. Like, sickens me, like, I can't believe blah blah blah, and then the waiter gets over to him, he's like, yeah, I'll have the veal. And you know, what can you even say, right? Like, guy is yelling at you for ordering foie gras and then immediately orders veal. You just can't make stuff like that up. Yeah, so this deck is really, really good. Sengo, what is foie gras? So foie gras is like goose liver or duck liver, but they take the duck and they force feed it for a long time, so it gets like super fatty, and this force feeding makes the liver basically just turn into like meat butter, and it's like the best thing ever. It's basically just meat butter, and it's incredible. Like, it tastes incredible, but it, you know, it's kind of horrible what they do, and so I definitely wanted to try it. And then after I tasted it, I was like, well, I don't know, and I'm hopping back into the arena. Unless anyone else wants to play, I'll definitely play somebody else. But I was going to try to pick out my next deck here. And yeah, but Telendril, it's not gross. It doesn't taste like, you know, like if you order liver and onions, like, it doesn't taste like that. This tastes like, you know, imagine the best butter that you've had in a restaurant before. Then imagine that tastes like meat. Like, it tastes like meat butter. And it is just the best thing ever. And, you know, I tried it, and it goes in my mouth. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't care what suffered, how much to make that taste. Oh my god. Yeah, it's really incredible. And it's illegal in California, which is just a huge bummer because I like it so much. We actually, like, you know, end up like anytime we travel out of state, like, go buy it and then bring it, like, bring it back to California so we can have some. Alright, so I am playing Kevin. I have no idea who Kevin is, or it appears he is playing a hunter deck with wild boars in it. So this could go a lot of different ways. I'm playing my, like, control-y warlock deck. This deck tends to struggle with super aggressive decks. So we'll see how it goes. Torture all the ducks. Yeah, it's just meat butter. It's incredible how good it is. I wonder what I should do here. I could kill something with Demon Fire, or I can just play a dude. I think actually what I'll do is I'll drop my coin and play Harvest Golem, because Harvest Golem could actually eat both of his guys. And so now he's got to react to that somehow, or I'm going to run him over. Cody, did I get my thing updated? Is it on the right game now? I tried to update it just through the dashboard. And I should just give you access to the dashboard also if I haven't. Yeah, okay, cool. It's updated, looks like. Oh dear. Alright, well, as long as this guy doesn't get him. No, that's terrible. Now I'm in a lot of trouble. Now I have to do something suboptimal. I have to burn 3 cards to kill 1 card. That's just god-awful. And basically lose my turn. So, yeah. But on the plus side, I didn't take a lot of damage there. Yeah, ferrets and foie gras are illegal. It is a strange state. I don't really understand why you would make those things illegal. The bummer is that there's just like no way in hell that foie gras is ever going to be not illegal, because like who would ever vote to legalize foie gras? Something that I've spent a lot of time thinking about, sadly, because I would like it to be legal here again. We got all kinds of duck butter here. Yeah, if anyone wants to send me some foie gras, I will. I'll send you an address because oh my god, it's so hard to get. It's such a pain in the ass. Oh, this is one of my favorite things in the world is using stampeding Kodo to kill guys that have divine shields on them. It just feels really good. So I feel like I'm gonna win this game right now, but hard to say. If he has some really explosive stuff, he might be able to come back, but I should just be able to, you know, just grind him down, you know, especially if I can draw anything that, oh, that was an interesting choice. Anything that lets me gain some life. That's not it, but shouldn't be terrible. Let's see. Do that. Start applying pressure to him and see what he can do. I really enjoy that we're now having a fairly serious discussion about whether or not foie gras sounds like it would be good to eat. That's why I love the folks that hang out, that just come hang out with me. Like, what an interesting, like, random conversation to have come out of a, you know, basically a video game chat room, right? Why not just eat chitlins? Oh, well, chitlins are delicious, so I do eat those. Oh, this is going to be good, because now he's not going to be able to send his guys straight at me because of the taunt. We'll trade goose meat butter for info on next stream giveaway item. Now that is tempting. Alright, let's see what we can get going here. Oh good, Ragnaros will be helpful. There's a little bit of life gain. So
Hey, give me that.
the SOE guys did manage to make me eat sushi, which ended up being amazing. Yeah, I love that sushi place. It is so good. Alright. Yes, this is well played, but you are dead about a million ways. Yes, yes, Casty, this game needs more cards. It's about that time. Yeah, but with the Nax Rammus thing, it's only like 10 new cards, right? Or are there a bunch more? Alright, anyone else want to play, or I'm just going to go back to drafting my arena deck here. Yeah, you did really well, Weevil. Good game. Thanks for playing. Alright, so I'm going to play arena, and I know that, like, if you're fairly new to these games, arena is actually, like, really difficult. Yes, I am. Alright, Cody, let's go. And I will play Cody with this super aggressive Warlock deck. Oh, 30 new cards in Nax. That's cool. Rogue, I'm ranked 12 right now. I think the highest rank that I've gotten... I really don't get to play that often. The highest rank that I've gotten is probably 7 or 8. And that was a season or two ago. But I really feel limited by just time, right? Like, once you get into the single-digit ranked stuff, it gets really grindy, and you start having to just sort of like play matches over and over. Oh, this is terrible. 2 Doom Guards in your opening hand. Definitely not what you want to see. Some games like DCO have in-game poster replicas of promotional artwork. Can we expect the same in Landmark? Oh, almost certainly. You're talking about like paintings and stuff like that you can hang on the wall? Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we have anything in there just yet, but like if you look at the stained glass windows things, excuse me, the stained glass windows, that's kind of the same idea, right? Like, question is here, do I start attacking him, or do I, you know, take the card advantage and mess up his next turn? I think I gotta start attacking him. I think I don't think this deck has a plan really past the first 4 turns. The thing that worries me about sushi is the fish needs to be pre-frozen or you can get nasty parasites. Japanese sushi chefs don't always know that about American fish. So one of the big things is... oh, and thank you for the follow. Also, if you guys aren't following me, please follow me. I haven't said that in a while. You can follow me here. You can follow me on Twitter. All the information is just sort of down below, but definitely would appreciate it. This is ugly.
You shall not pass.
This game is not going well. Jiminy, this is my Battle.net ID. And anyone feel free to add me here as well. I typically, when I'm playing, when I'm not on the streams, I don't accept a lot of... oh, thank you for following, Zombie. I don't typically play a lot of pickup games just because I don't have time. Usually when I'm getting on, I just have enough time to play... Oh, thank you, Carne Sadian. Carne Sadian, funny name. I just don't have a lot of time when I'm playing, so, man, I'm getting crushed. This is really unfortunate. Let's see what happens when I play this. That was not bad. Still gonna lose, but... Oh, thank you for following Grax, and I apologize. Someone else followed me, and I wasn't looking at the screen. But yeah, certainly appreciate the follows. Thank you. That's Scat Hammer? Gross. Oh, that's a bummer. Let's see. Oh, I guess this could be worse. Thank you, Giz. Man, you guys have some crazy names all of a sudden. Thank you, Carrie97. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, and so they're definitely like freshwater fish. Thank you, Telendril. Definitely some issues with freshwater fish, but there's not a lot of freshwater sushi. And there's some very, very, very stringent, requirements for which types of fish are eaten as sushi. Even just the quality level of particular pieces is really, really important. Let's see. Yeah, that was not the best play, Cody, but this will be okay for me. Let's see. And now I've got those 2 Doom Guards. Well, I'm only going to get one of them out, right? Because the other one's just going to get discarded. But that's a pretty big bomb to drop on him. And he's got to spend part of this turn killing Leroy. Not even the gods would eat this. It's so spicy. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's Greenface1929 is my BattleNet ID, and it's really easy to remember because 1929 is the year of that stock market crash. That's how I remember it. But yeah, a good sushi place will definitely make sure that they have high quality stuff. Nothing that would have any risk of that at all. A lot of eating sushi is about going to the right restaurant, right? Like we took Skyla and Ruben from 10 Ton Hammer to my favorite sushi place on the East Coast, and I go to this place and I don't even order. I just tell the guy, like, make whatever you want, because he always has the best stuff. Like, and it's always high quality. A lot of it is imported directly from Japan, and it's just incredible when you get like that level of food. Most sushi places are kind of dodgy, and I wouldn't particularly want to recommend them. Alright. So sad to have a Doomguard discarded to a Doomguard, but does Elder Scrolls Online put rules for what you can stream? Oh, you mean SOE, not Elder Scrolls. Yeah, thanks, Buckwheat. Yeah. No, Sony Online doesn't put any rules on our personal streams. And I mean, it actually hasn't come up, but I think even if we went and asked John Smedley, he would say, of course, stream whatever you want. The attitude at SOE is we're all gamers. We all play all of these games. And, this is my personal channel. It's not Sony's channel, right? Like, if we were on the Landmark Game channel, obviously we wouldn't be streaming a non-SOE game. But, I think it's very important, and I think everyone at work agrees with the idea that, we're gamers first, before anything else. And so, we want to highlight that in our work. And one of the ways we do that is by, showing the other games that we play. Thought it was Smedley. No, it's John Smedley.
What to do?
Yeah, B. Tachenko. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I mean, you can certainly, there's certainly a version of reality where, it's a conflict of interest. And it's something that, 5 or 10 years ago, maybe, even SOE wouldn't have allowed it. But, the reality of the situation is that people stream on their own time. Like, we hire people, we hire some people because they stream, like, someone has a strong following or is well known for streaming. We can't hire this person and then tell them, okay, you can't do that thing anymore that, was the reason that we hired you. Kashanko. Okay. And, they're all games that we love. I mean, Hearthstone is a great game. John has said it. John plays Hearthstone. That doesn't in any way make us, devalue our games or anything. My life is not a promotional tool for Sony, right? My life is, I like playing games and talking to people. And I mean, the thing is, right, like, we're playing Hearthstone, we're talking about Landmark. So people are coming in here and watching Hearthstone, and they're being exposed to Landmark. So it works both ways, right? It's not just, a one-way street. Do you think Smedley would let you stream sneak peeks of H1Z1? Possibly. I don't know. We're having an internal playtest on Monday. I'm really excited. It's kind of annoying because Google is coming to our offices on Monday, which is also always really fun. sort of at the same time that we're having the playtest. So there's going to be sort of a do Google or play H1Z1, Google or H1Z1. I suspect it'll be a little bit of both. So I'm going to go back to the arena unless anyone else wants to play. Happy to play some more games, of course. And I have different levels of decks too, so can play different stuff. Like I have some decks that I don't know how to play, so I'm just kind of learning. But arena is the trickiest thing I think to learn for people who are like fairly new to trading card games, because you have to build the deck as you go, and so it's not just, and that's the reason why down here they have this mana curve, right, to show you like it's important not just which cards you pick, but how many of them you pick, right? Like if all you do are pick cards that cost 1, you'll notice when you play that you never have any cards in your hand because you've played them all. If all you do is pick cards that cost 7 and 8, then you may have like the most powerful cards in the world, but by the time you play them, you're probably going to be dead. So I'll just go through and kind of chat through some of my picks. I picked Rogue because I have several quests where winning with a Rogue deck is important. Not because it's the best one. It's definitely not the best class in Arena. Are the European press guys you met in the London trip under NDA? Haven't seen a lot of articles about it. No, and there have been quite a lot of articles written from that press tour. So yeah, sorry that you haven't seen them. But yeah, we were really excited with the level of coverage. Can I get just a bit more drunk and play against you? Yeah, of course. My pleasure. So what you're looking for in these cards is a combination. You're really just looking for efficiency, right? Efficiency comes in a few different ways. Like Stampeding Kodo is very efficient because when he comes into play, he's just going to kill another creature for free. And then he's also a 3/5. So, I get this 3/5 for 5 mana, which is pretty good anyway, but then I've killed another guy on his side. So here, this guy, Fairy Dragon and Venture County Mercenary, are both very efficient. I'm going to take the Mercenary because this card is just an absolute beast. Do I play the EQ card game too? Not really. I know how to play it, but I didn't ever play it all that much. But it's a good game. Chillwind Yeti is incredibly good. Have I ever played Might and Magic Duel of Champions? Just a little bit. I actually, I didn't have a PC for a really long time, so I missed a lot of the Might and Magic type games. But yeah, I picked it up, I don't know, maybe 5 or so years ago. Am I thinking of the right game? I might be thinking of the wrong game. Yeah, I picked up one of the Might and Magics, but it was fairly old at the point that I'd gotten it. Hey, Keldor, I'm doing all right. How are you? Thanks for coming by. So I'm going to take the Ancient Brewmaster. Again, what you want to do is start looking at all the cards and saying, oh crap, like this card, just has a lot more numbers on it, basically. Like a 1/1 for 1 is pretty basic, right? Here's another 1/1 for 1. Like if you can find a 2/1 for 1, then, then you're in somewhere interesting. Not a great pick, but anything that deals damage, like that can potentially kill monsters, is usually a pretty good idea. And then Harvest Golem is an incredibly good card because when it dies, you just get another creature for free. Yeah, we haven't spent much time talking about EverQuest Next yet, and that's on purpose because we really want to focus on Landmark right now and get people excited about that and get all of that stuff built. Oh, this is a terrible pick. But you can see as you go, you can kind of watch your curve build up to figure out what you're doing. Deadly Poison is just incredibly good for rogue decks. Betrayal can be really good. And it's a good idea to have one sprint because it can really recharge you at the end of the game, but I'm going to take the Betrayal. Defias Ringleader is really good too, because very often he's 2 guys for 1. I'm an unemployed software technical writer. Do you need any tutorials or instructions done? Not at the moment, not that I know about. But yeah, definitely, we have a careers page. I would definitely keep an eye on that. Oh, it's that new card game. Yeah, I've heard of this. I haven't actually played it yet. I think I went and looked at the site a couple times and just decided that it was like too complicated for the amount of time I had, to look at the game. But yeah, I've got it open now. I'll definitely check it out later. I'll take the sprint here.